Hi everyone! I hope you're enjoying Make It at Market, seeing all the different talents and different skills and techniques, and I know I'm enjoying it. Glad I'm over, glad it's done. But I must admit, since I've finished, I've been getting a lot of people asking me about the whole mould situation, how that's going and all this kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be easy to show you. I mean, I've written a blog post about it, but sometimes it's just easier to show you, isn't it? So I have got my mould here, one of the many moulds I made, and this one is for a bird. So if I take one part off, you'll be able to see how the bird fits in. So that was the original that we used to create the mould from. And to make more birdies, put the two pieces of the mould together, elastic band, well, bicycle inner tube to be precise, but you get the idea. And that just holds it in place like that. So this is what we call slip casting, rather than a press mould like what Derek showed on the programme. And you use a liquid clay, it's called slip, and what you'd do is you'd pour it into this hole here until it's full. Now with this being plaster, it soaks in the moisture and it kind of forms like a shell around the inside to make the form that you can see. So like it forms the outer part, but the inner part's still wet. The longer you leave it, the thicker the outer part will be. It's very much trial and error, I've found. But when you think roughly, then you turn the mould upside down and leave it on a draining thing to let all the excess slip drain out. And then you give it a good shake to make sure there's no drips left in it, and you build your muscles up doing this, and it takes forever. And then leave it for a bit longer. And then you take the elastic band off and then pull it apart, and then you'll have a clay piece inside. Now, if you don't leave it long enough or it's too wet, then it just kind of falls in on itself. So it don't matter if you leave it quite a long time. So how did I get on with it? Okay, I guess. I mean, I tried stoneware slip. The originals are handmade from stoneware, which is a high firing clay, and they're quite robust, and I like the feel of them. And I think this is the problem that I thought might occur with the whole moulding side of things. Because what happens is I need to create a decent size hole to be able to pour the slip in. So that's the start of it, and then it's thinner walled. Even if I leave it, you know, for quite a long time, it's still not the same. And for me, it's really important that people can pick these up and show them a bit of love and just get some comfort from them and just enjoy them, because that's what they're for. Whereas these cast ones, they feel like they might break. I mean, to me, it's like the difference between an Easter egg and a solid lump of chocolate, if that makes sense. They just feel different. I mean, this to me feels like it's manufactured, and I probably feel like if I dropped it, it'd smash. Shall we try it? Give me a minute. If I drop it, it'll smash. Whereas this one, and I have dropped them, tend to bounce. Don't try this at home. I mean, if anything happens, the beak tends to come off, but don't drop them. So that was the earthenware and the stoneware slip casting. I even tried some porcelain slip casting. Now porcelain is a beautiful clay, very translucent, and you can make some really nice effects with it. I've tried hand building with it, and it's like plaiting fog. So kudos to anyone who works with porcelain, but it's not going to be me. Well, not yet anyway. Never say never. So this was a porcelain of the same mould. I also found it incredibly different to remove the mould lines. I don't know if you can see. I mean, no matter how much I smooth them down, there always seemed to be that evidence of it having been moulded. I mean, this guy, I put some stain in with the slip, the porcelain slip, to try and colour it, so that would be the underglazing process half taken out. Because basically when you've got your clay and it's drying enough, you do a bisque firing. These guys go in at 1000 degrees C, and then come out, and I paint 3 layers of underglaze on them, so you get the colour. It's like this pinks and underglaze, the black, the yellow, these are all underglazes. And then when they're dry, I then paint 3 layers of glossy glaze on top. So there's still quite a lot of the process that still needs to be done, even if they are moulded. But it didn't seem to save me any time. So once you've dried, you've got your underglaze or glaze or both, it's dried again, back in the kiln. With it being stoneware, I fire them to 1240 degrees C, which a bit more than when you put a chicken in the oven, let's put it that way. And then hopefully they come out in one piece and Bob's your uncle. So I shall pop these on the mould, and I'll do you a close-up so you can see the difference. Let's have a look. Let's turn you around. Let's have a look. I'm tempted to drop one. Should we drop one? I can't turn it round. I might have to stop and then start again. Hang on. How do I turn you round? I don't think I can. Shall I drop it and see if it smashes? Listen, listen. Yeah, that's why I'm not making them with moulds. Anyway, I thought this